Yeah, we got this piece. CDC, I knew about this years ago, but they've got a new angle on it. Natural News has got a great breakdown on it. For decades, they put mercury in the vaccines. Then they said they'd taken it out, but they only released certain lots that didn't have it that were available if you jumped through 15 flaming hoops on a blue moon. CDC officials removed large amounts of data from the study that showed a decline in autism rates following the removal of thimerosal. The agency then twisted the remaining data to imply an increase in autism rates following the removal of thimerosal and suggesting there was no link between thimerosal and autism. Next slide, please. Upon submission of the CDC's tainted version of the study to pediatrics, the study's authors contacted CDC officials to let them know that the agency had incorrectly interpreted the data. They tried to tell the CDC that its figures and conclusions were wrong and that the corrections needed to be made. But the CDC went ahead and said, we don't care, we're going to publish it. The CDC allegedly responded by saying that it would take a look at the incorrect data, but proceeded to submit the corrupted version of the study to Pediatrics Journal anyways. CDC ended by convincing the journal to publish the fraudulent study, which did no 3. Yeah, but let's go over what the data showed. They never took the thimerosal out. So they said, oh, look, it's still going up when we took it out. They put out a mandate that vaccine makers create small lots of vaccine that didn't have thimerosal. That's what they call the clean vaccine, that like the German government got during the flu thing that the public didn't get. Remember that story? So, yeah, it's like saying, yes, Barks root beer puts out 100 cases a year that doesn't have caffeine, but our other million cases does. So we can now say caffeine's out of all of our root beer. No. The thimerosal was still in most of the vaccines. It was just taken out of a small amount, and that's how they play the game. Okay, wow, a lot of stuff we just covered there. No rest for the wicked, as they say. But we have a review here of the movie Contagion with sometimes Infowars.com radio fill-in host, and he's also our on-the-road coordinator. Next year, we're going to be speaking in a lot of locations around the country. Reporter Richard Reeves went and saw the movie and said it was amazing. Of course, it has Matt Damon in it. I was about to say it the way they say it in Team America. Matt Damon. But the point is that he went and saw it, and here is his review of the film dealing with a mass contagion, everybody taking a new vaccine to treat it. Here's the report.
Hello, fellow Info Warriors. Richard Reeves with a short movie review on Contagion. Starting out with the release date, 9/9/11, September 9th of 2011. Right there, some level of concern needs to be given to this movie, and we need to really watch what's going on because we've been under threat of biowarfare terrorism now going on 15 years, maybe even 20 years or longer. So this movie could be one of those lone gunman type of events where we need to watch out what's going on because right, like I said, from the release date, 9/9/11, cause for concern right there. And watching this movie, right off the top, you realize that this is a big budget movie. I don't know how many millions of dollars were in their budget, but it was far-flung, all over the world, scenes from Hong Kong to Chicago to San Francisco to Minnesota to other parts of the world as well. As the movie title suggests, Contagion is about a biological virus that is spread by contact very easily amongst the human population. They say ultimately the CDC is the one investigating this biological virus, and they come up with that it's a combination of pig and bat and then some other entity that they can't really diagnose, and it's spreading like wildfire, basically doubling on a daily basis. Luckily for the human race, a lot of the people are immune to the virus. So we are left to wonder, though, is this a biological New World Order perpetrated attack, or is it just something that happened due to natural circumstance? And right at the end of the movie, which I want to give you a spoiler alert right now, make sure and watch for the end of the movie because basically you kind of get to decide whether it's man's activity or a big corporate monster out there unleashing this for potential profit and gains. Frankly, the most realistic biological disaster movie that I've ever seen. They really went to great lengths to make it as realistic as seemingly possible. So a lot of telltale signs that these biowarfare attacks could be on the agenda for the NWO. As a matter of fact, in one of the scenes, Dr. Cheever, played by Lawrence Fishburne, said that we should see about trying to get this vaccine put in the water like we do with fluoride. So there you have it, folks. So watch for that last scene, and you can help in telling us what the full message of this movie could be.